Good evening, folks. Hey there, Jamesonis. How's everyone doing today? So today is Portal 2 Blindfolded. Hey, Zach. So for the last couple days, I've been looking into how feasible a Portal 2 Blindfolded run seems to be. I was going to do Portal 1 Blindfolded to begin with, but it's been done. So I thought, why not Portal 2? And if Portal 1 can be done blindfolded, then one might imagine that Portal 2 could possibly be done blindfolded, although it is longer and arguably more difficult. But, you know, it's possible. And I started strategizing, and pretty much all of Chapter 1 is done, except for just the very last bit, after you find the dual portal device. I haven't yet worked out how I want to deal with that corridor that gets you into the first actual test chamber. I feel like there are a series of several imprecise camera movements required to deal with that corridor, and I'm trying to find a better way of doing that. So besides that, Chapter 1, the Courtesy Call chapter, is pretty much done. So mostly that's what I'm going to be doing today, because that run on its own probably takes about an hour, maybe more. So I'm going to just run through all of that currently blind. I'll show you where I'm up to, maybe have a little look at what I could do next. But yeah, this is just going to be kind of catch up to what I've done off stream so far, ready for trying to make some advancements for next time. Hey Axel, hey Guy. You just started playing Portal again yesterday. Yeah, it's something I go back to every couple of years and replay. They're really good games. Thanks, Guy. All right, so yeah, we're gonna jump straight into Courtesy Call, and yeah, I'll show you. Oh, is there someone at my door? I guess not. It sounded like there was. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what the game levels will be like, because usually I play games on like really quiet volume on stream, but for this, I need to be able to hear everything, as you might imagine. So my game levels are actually quite high today. So I'm gonna maybe just take a peek during the kind of opening cutscene sequence, and just see what you guys are saying about levels, to see if it's quite loud compared to me. I've turned my desktop audio down relative to me. More than I usually would, but I'll need to come and check levels at some point just to see how it's looking. So you guys let me know in chat if it's too loud or too quiet when we start. There is someone at my door. Okay, back in a second, guys. Hey, sorry guys. Hey, nobody. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to jump straight in on Courtesy Call, and yeah, let me know if the volumes are off, and I will change them. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll leave the blindfold off for a second and just, I'll run around, you let me know what the volume's like, and then I'll just restart the save file.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations,
So how is this compared to me? Is this decent levels?
Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for
I'm looking at my audio output, and I want to say it maybe wants to go slightly lower.
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
That seems on? Cool, okay.
This completes.
Alright, excellent. Well, let's jump into a run then, folks. Obviously, I won't be reading chat, so I'll see you on the other side. Hey, David.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear
Right, I need to remember whether I'm actually muted or not at any given time. Okay. Cool. So, as little camera movement as possible is the name of the game really for most of this. So to begin with, I'm actually just going to jump straight onto the bed here and get trapped on this lamp, and then I can do most of the little intro from here. This actually does require some manual camera movement, unfortunately, because he's asking me to.
When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
But we're going to be a bit cheeky here and do 2 camera movements in one. So I should be able to move it all the way down, and then also do this, and this should count as looking at the artwork.
Wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art.
Cool, there we go.
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
And the other convenient thing about being here is that we're looking at the bed, so as soon as we're done mentally invigorating, we can just immediately use the bed.
If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed.
Alright, it's time to meet Wheatley. Sorry, I'm just going to double check I am unmuted.
You have been in suspension
Yeah,
for
okay, cool.
9999999. This
Hello? Anyone in there? Ah! Oh, God. You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay?
Okay. I don't need to do much for a while here. Obviously, there's a whole scripted intro, so I might fill a bit of this time just by talking about a couple of the strategies. So number one, I'm not even touching my mouse right now.
Don't move.
Sometimes I want to know exactly where my mouse is pointing, based on how the level loaded in or anything like that. So I try not to touch it unless absolutely necessary. So I mostly just play on keyboard. That means having my portals bound to my keyboard so they're on Q and E, and I also have left and right camera, like tank controls, bound to J and L as well.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
So we're just going to let this kind of bounce us around for a while now. I'll tell you what, this is so long that I actually will unblindfold just for the intro here and just have a little look at chat, and then we'll carry on afterwards. Obviously for a real run, I'm never taking this off, but we'll say hi. So hey, Boba. Turrets could be a little tricky, yeah.
Hold on, this is a bit tricky.
Hey, Camelux.
And of course, nobody tells me anything.
I imagine the strategy for turrets, as much as possible, will just be to hold a big object in front of me. So just, always use a cube to cross in front of them or whatever. Hey, Aperture.
Wide, close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? But not enough space. Just gotta get through here. I just gotta concentrate.
So yeah, mostly keyboard movement, including portaling and camera controls. Hey, Kestrel. And also, if we do have to manually move the camera at any point, one thing we can do is reset our camera using portals, which is really useful. I've been calling that zeroing the camera, and I will show you all how zeroing the camera works in one of the later chambers. So once we hit a chamber that requires some camera movement, I'll show you how we're zeroing, which is, I think, going to be a really useful strategy.
On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks.
Instead of using the speedrun mod, it's not really matter since you're not resetting much. I don't know what the speedrun mod is. I will be resetting quite a lot. So I don't know, maybe that's worth using. The boss, how will you know to aim the bombs at him? I've no idea. We'll cross bridges when we get to them. I don't know how anything's going to work past the exact point that I'm at in the run so far. But it looks like we're almost through, so blindfolds on. And yeah, I will probably speak to you guys in about an hour. Maybe, hopefully.
Seriously, do hold on this time. There we go. Now I'll be honest, good luck.
Hello, and again, welcome.
There's going to be lots of corner-to-corner movement, so to make sure that I know where I am. So we're going to stick ourselves into the back left corner here, and then through the next corridor kind of move between corners.
However, thanks to emergency
And as much as possible, I'll try and explain the actual strategies that I'm using.
messages will provide instructional and motivational support. So that
All of these are subject to change as well, and I'm also always open to suggestions if anyone thinks they have a better strategy for anything than ones that I've got. There's some strategies I'm using right now that I'm not happy with. And I suppose I should also say that there are a couple of setups and stuff that I'm using right now that I've only very, very recently added to the strategy, and I may forget as we go, so bear with me if I forget any of them. Okay, so I'm just going to move left, up, and as we move to the right here, we should hear a door open. That's a good check. There it is. So we are where we think we are. And then down, left, and I'm going to start moving right and kind of get myself stuck on the door, but I'll nudge forwards just to speed it along a bit.
Cube and button-based testing remains an important tool for science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim.
So one thing you'll notice a lot is that I end up just waiting for dialogue to finish before I actually do anything in this game, which is because dialogue really drowns out the levels on like everything else around me. The EQ is really bad for navigation when anyone is talking. So I usually finish for dialogue, wait for the dialogue to finish, usually do some kind of save, and then start going. So you'll see me standing still a lot for dialogue. So I need to stick myself to the right-hand side of the back wall. I can test whether I'm at the correct side of the back wall by kind of seeing how many steps I can take, like how long this is before I get stuck on the wall and the doorframe. Seems about right, so I should be able to pick up a cube here. Cool. We're going to stick ourselves to the doorframe, take one step right and forwards. The way I usually deal with buttons is to stand on them, and then step back off them, and then drop the cube. And usually that's a good setup for actually getting the cube onto the button. So let's back off again, get ourselves stuck in the doorframe, good time to save. I'm going to try and navigate my way through this door based on the sound of those sparks. So the actual gap in the door for these is like annoyingly narrow. So this isn't a problem I usually come to with doors.
Please note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This aperture science material emancipation grill will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it.
I didn't hit the lift. Now that's interesting because ordinarily the banister pushes me into the lift when I run at it from this direction. I think I've never actually failed to get into the lift here. So we're going to have to just try again. I don't really know what the round part of this room looks like, but we'll assume that I can just kind of circuit the place. There we go. Okay.
lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
Okay, there were some fun audio cues in this one. So lots of jungle noises happening, and we're actually going to listen out for some like cicadas entering the ambience over here. There they are. Oh, no, sorry, they're the first ones. We're listening for the second ones. There they are. Okay, so I'm going to try and find like the fairly precise point where they start making sound. Okay, they faded out there. So now we take one step right, and we should be able to use that button. No, I'm not where I thought I was then. Okay. Okay, so what's nice about this room is that there's kind of an anchor point. I can always pretty much get to the top right corner of this room just by like holding up and right. And then if I go through this portal, I'm so confused. There are so many sounds that I'm not hearing that I feel like I should be. I did fall off the ledge at the start, didn't I? So I hear the portal on my right, so I don't think I've gone through the portal. So I need to find that. Oh! Okay, sorry, I'm making an error here. What I'm trying to do is walk through the portal to hear the point at which I step through it, because there's a little audio cue when you step through a portal. But of course the portal isn't open yet, because I haven't pressed any buttons. So I'm actually just going to do a reset, and we'll go from the top ledge again. I have to press a button for that portal to be open, don't I? So if I fail the first button, then we're screwed. So I wonder which bit of my timing was off. Was my step to the right bad for this button? It's happened again, and I'm wondering whether I'm actually listening for the wrong ambience. Okay. I'm going to try a different strategy, because apparently the one that I'm trying to use... Once again, this is another time that something has happened that has never previously happened during testing. So I think we should be in the top left corner of the room. I'm going to try and run this way, and this should hopefully get me stuck on the button. And we can use it, okay. Weird. Plan B worked, I guess. At least this portal is now open, which gives me an anchor point in this room, because I can hear any time I step through it. And speaking of which, let's go and find that portal. There we go, so we just stepped through the portal. It's kind of a weird little sequence of steps we're going to do here, but to grab this cube without moving, and again, not moving is usually the aim of the game, trying to hit it from the right-hand side and just kind of move into it to pick it up seems to sometimes not pick it up and just shove it into the corner of the room, and then it's no longer retrievable. So what I'm actually going to do is run to the right until I hear myself knock into it, which is there, and then we're going to head into the top right corner of the room, navigate to the kind of back right corner of the room, and now I'm going to do this, and I think we just got it. Yeah, cool, okay. Alright, so I'm just going to put this for safekeeping up in this corner of the room up here. So I know how to find it, because we need to go press a button, so I can't be holding the cube. I may or may not be stuck on that button right now, but if I am, standing up and pressing the use key, so it should be on my left right now. If I press the use key standing up, it doesn't work, but if we crouch and use the use key, it does work. So we need to go and retrieve our cube now. This bit's a little annoying because we can actually get the cube kind of stuck on the portal frame. So instead of just backing along the wall and through the portal and catching the cube on the wall on the way in, what I think I'll try and do, we should probably save here, is take a step left and try and get into the portal just via panning. Just make sure I still have the cube. No, no success. Okay, let's go to the top corner of the room. Let's actually do the thing, and then if I lose the cube, I'll just have to try and retrieve it. Okay, so I lost the cube. So let's re-find the portal. We'll take an actual step back here and see if we can get it through successfully this time. It's probably a good place to save as well. So I think I probably brought it with me that time. Okay, cool. That's the cube on the button, and the rest of the level is pretty easy from here. Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt. If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
So this, I think, is where we reintroduce ourselves to Wheatley, right? Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
Yay.
you made it! There should be a portal device on that podium over there. Can't see it though. Maybe it fell off. Do you want to go and have a quick look? It's alright, no, go on, just have a look about. Oh! Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive? If that's important, you should have asked that first. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive.
Yeah, come on, Wheatley.
I'll wait 1 hour.
It would be so nice if I could turn the dialogue volume down separately to the rest of the mix in the game, but there's no option for it. Actually, to be fair, I do occasionally use the dialogue as audio cues as well, so I guess I would lose that. But yeah, the dialogue gets a bit annoying sometimes. So this is like a nice anchor point in this room. There's some fun stuff that's going to happen in this one, because I don't want to deal with the spiral staircase that goes up to the portal gun. So I'm going to move to the left here. Then I'm going to move up and right. I'm going to wait for 2 splashes. We're going to come out of the water and back into the water and back out of the water again, and that's the point we want to listen for. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to move forwards and left, and we're going to hit the angled surface that's in front of me to my left, like away in front of me to my left. Because it's got a weird kind of nice property about it, which is that regardless of sort of where you hit it or what angle you hit it at, if you're moving into it, it always tries to funnel you to like the same point along that wall, which is great for me because that means that I get some consistency to knowing where I am. Okay, so I think I've stopped moving there. Now we want to crouch and just find the precise point to my right where we enter the water. There it is. Okay, I'm going to save here. And hopefully we can get the gun without going up the stairs. Nice, first time. Excellent. Okay. And we're going to move back to that wall again now. Now, there is a reason that I want to use the angled surface here to portal back to portal up to the balcony, as opposed to the flat one in front of me, because if this works, hopefully you should notice. You should notice through that portal that we are, conveniently enough, angled straight down that ramp. So if I can jump through it, which I do sometimes struggle with, yeah, I think we're through. Nice. So we should be facing just like a dark corner, and then we can move to in front of the stairs, and then here's the sound cue to make sure that I am where I think I am. We should be able to go up the stairs. And there they are. Lovely. And now it's just a case of navigating through these corridors. And I can just move in the cardinal directions for this. Just back, left, back, right, back.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military...
So I can't even hear myself walking right now,
and provided with
which is why the EQ is so annoying when they're talking. Like, I can't even hear my own steps. That's really bad. But anyway, we've ducked down into the middle of the room, and now what I'm going to do is kind of like sidle along this wall to the point where I am able to place a portal. You know what? Usually it takes longer to manage that than we just did, so I'm going to get rid of that and come back and try that again, because I think my movement divisions were quite bad there. Really? 2? I thought it was usually like 4. Okay, well, I'm going to try and jump through this. Did that work? I don't know if that worked. What I'm going to do is reload, because I didn't hear the portal sound, or I'm not sure if I heard it. And not knowing if I've gone through the portal is actually quite bad there. Because my camera angle changes, right? So
Rest assured that all lethal military androids...
I can't just drop into the pit and give it another go, because now I'm looking in a different place totally. So let's try this again. Head to here. Head to here. See, that sounds more reasonable. Am I placing a portal there? No, that's a portal. Okay. Let's maybe save here. There we go. I definitely went through it that time. So now we're going to move to the west. Now this is a fun part where I'm going to use the portals to re-angle my camera with precision. So I don't want to move my mouse, if I can help it, because then I don't know where my camera is. But the ledge I want to get to is to my left right now, and I can't see up to it. So if I move back here, you may be able to kind of see it in the upper left of my screen, I'm not sure. But that is the way, like up there is where we want to get to. And I can't point at it without moving the mouse. So the plan here is to step back through the orange portal at a new orientation such that it now turns my camera to be facing more towards the ledge. So I want to back up into the corner behind me, but there's a portal there that I don't want to accidentally step through, so we're going to do that. Going to step here, and now we're going to portal up onto the ledge. The next bit's a little imprecise, so I'm just going to save here. We're going to listen for about 4 or 5 steps to our right. Okay, and then we're going to try and get through that orange portal, which is nasty because it has a frame around it, which you can get stuck on. It's going to be that's going to be the nice thing about getting the dual portal device, is that my portals no longer have, like, the pre-placed ones don't have these frames around them anymore, which is horrible to navigate. So I'm probably stuck on the portal frame here. Sounds like it's to my left, but I wouldn't have thought I missed it by that much.
Good. If
No,
you feel
it was
that
to my
a lethal
left.
military android has not respected your rights as detailed in the laws of robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
Okay. It's not the best corridor to navigate because I'm at a 45-degree angle to it right now, so... Where the fuck am I? Tell you what, let's reset. I'm failing to get into the door. Why? It keeps sounding like I've fallen off something, but I think I'm gonna have to trust that I haven't. No, something's wrong. Now I have to remember where I saved. Okay, I'm on this ledge because I just heard the fizzler to my left. I am so confused. So what I thought was happening is that I'm in like the front corner in front of me with the door to my back and left. And that I am trying to move along this like wall to my left, which is pushing me backwards, onto the door frame on which I get stuck. And then the idea from there is to take a step backwards, and then a step to my like cardinal left to get through the door. But what's weird is that when I take a step back from the door frame and try and walk left, I don't even hear a walking sound, which implies that the wall to my left is not on a diagonal, it's on a, I'm actually parallel to it. Which is nonsense. There is no way that should be what that wall is like. Unless I'm just getting like so stuck on this door frame and not realizing it, or I'm past the door and the corner that I'm trying to navigate into is the close door frame, not the far door frame. That could be it, actually. So this could potentially be the door like a door frame on the left of the door, in which case that might get me in. But no, I've just stopped walking again. Is there a way to tell if I've fallen off? I mean, I can test it by... I can't move backwards here? And now the portal's on my left. My god, I am so confused. Okay, which portal is that? Is that mine? It shouldn't be mine. The problem here is if I go through this portal, my camera is no longer at the angle that I think it should be at. Oh, fuck. Do you know what might have happened? Okay, I'm gonna hope this is what happened. When I tried to step through the orange portal, down onto the shelf with the door, I didn't step far enough backwards, and then when I walked forwards to stick myself into the corner on that ledge, I've actually just walked back out of the orange portal. I'm hoping that's what happened. So in that case, let's just assume that's the case, try and get back through the orange portal and go from there. I think I'm hearing the fizzler here. Why can't I move back and left from here? Okay. New hypothesis. When I attempted to jump up to portal onto the shelf, I timed that wrong and just portaled directly in front of me. I would be amazed if that's what happened. Because through all my tests, the timing on that is not precise. Basically, as long as I don't portal while I'm on the ground, I'm essentially fine. Like, almost that entire jump arc is portable. Did I just, like, forget to move back into the corner behind me or something? Something stupid like that? Okay, well, I need to reset because my camera could be fucking anywhere right now. So my camera is either currently correct or it's, like, 1 degree off. I'm hearing the fizzler. But I could be off the shelf, I suppose. Okay, let's just find out what happens if I place a blue here. I'm very close to it. And I can step immediately through it. In order to work out my current camera angle, this is like way longer than I ever spent in this room, by the way. Like, this is not part of the real run, but I'm determined to work out what happened without looking. To work out where I am right now, I guess it would be trying to drop off into the pit at the start of this room to work out where that happens. So if I move up and right, for example, if I'm facing towards the balcony that I'm trying to get to, then up and right will take me straight into the pit. Whereas if I've moved back facing this way, then up and right will just take me into the corner of the room. I can't even move, which suggests... What does that suggest? I just fell off something. Holy Christ, am I confused. If I can't work this out in the near future, I will just look and see what happened. But, wow. So I am near the door, because I can hear the fizzler. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm on the shelf. But I should be on the shelf. Let's just try and get through the door again. There's no way I shouldn't be able to move back and left here. That is bizarre. Okay, no, I know where I am. I'm not on the shelf because all of the distances that I can walk in all of these directions is the shape of the corridor. So, I mean... I might still be able to... So I think I just fell, because I think I heard that happen. Maybe I can just take a guess at where my camera is going to be facing when I go through the orange portal again. Because I think I was facing actually towards the door that time. No, because the orange would now be on my left and it's not. Okay, I'm just going to look at what happened, because what the fuck. So where is the save state? And how did it happen? So I have actually just dropped off the shelf past this blue. Fuck knows how. I took like 2 steps backwards. That's so strange. Thing is, I feel like I managed to reset to this point, right? And then I was still attempting to get through the door and it just wasn't working. So I was going left, back, left. So fuck knows where I was any of the times I was trying to do that. So yeah, I guess for a real run I need to be using a more robust save system as well, because right now I only quick save and quick load, which means if I quick save somewhere where I think I am and I'm not, which is what just happened, I should really be going back an additional save, and I'm not doing that yet. So yeah, chat is interesting. I actually did it or figured it out and then didn't manage to actually get in the door. That's a shame. So at some point I got it right. So which bit did I actually get right about working out where I was? You're right by not going through the orange ball. Okay, so I tried to step back and didn't fall through and then stepped forwards again. Is that what happened? Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that then. So yeah, I didn't fall too far back after going through the last portal of the level. I just didn't go through it at all, is presumably the situation there. We'll go with that. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I'll have to just keep an eye out for that. Pass it on then fell. Okay, sure. Alright, anyway, on we go.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
I need sound cues. Please be quiet. The jazz is lovely and all, but I'd love to be able to hear when I'm stood on this button. Thank you. Okay, so I want to stand right on the edge of this button. I'm gonna move down, back and right. We'll take a little step left. Into the pit. Grab ourselves a cube. This first room is really nice and easy. So the next room is one that I changed the strategy on today. So we're going to see if I remember how to do it now, because there was a really inconsistent method for getting the second cube in that room, and we're going to see if I can do it better this time. So I was meant to drop into a pit with this movement, but I actually think I've dropped into the wrong pit. This is the pit in the first room still. I think I never got through the door. Can I portal here? Yeah, well that tells me it's the wrong pit. That's interesting, huh? I'll tell you what, it's fast. I'll just do this again. And save more frequently. I think I'm trying to go a bit faster than I usually do because I'm now aware that it's on the stream, and I think that's maybe slightly messing me up, but I mean, obviously I'll have to get used to that, huh? So I should be on the button? Yeah. Did you say something, mate? No. Okay, that seems correct. Okay, and now we're going to take a really big diagonal back and fall into the correct pit this time. And this is the point where my strategy has somewhat changed, so I'll try and remember that as we go. Let's start with the first cube. First cube's easy. Through the portal, drop off to the right. Let's back ourselves over this wall. Take a step left and put it on the second button. Okay. Okay, so this bit's going to be new because the second cube is nasty. What I've been trying to do is, so let's begin by stepping out here. And then do this and back into the cube. And then try and skirt around it and grab it. The problem with this, though, is that it's the inconsistency is that occasionally I actually just get clipped on top of the cube as I walk backwards through this portal, which makes it really annoying to grab. And it might get knocked off and I won't even know about that. So my new strategy, as of a couple hours ago, is to find the point over there where I can no longer portal. Which is a bit weird that I can't portal. Because it looks like I should be able to, but there we go. I'm going to crouch and actually place the portal. And that should put me to the right-hand side of that cube enough that I can now actually grab it. So now we just want to step back through our portal here. Probably a good place to save. Oh, did I fall off? I think I fell off. Sounded like I fell off. Ah, fuck. I need to remember where I actually saved. I'm going to do the bit where I portal on the right-hand side of that platform again, because I actually don't remember if I saved before or after I did that. So that's placeable. Placeable. Okay. Let's save here. We have successfully placed our portal. And then... Okay. There we go.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Did I get through the door? I did, which probably means I just need to take a step right and then back. I'm down the stairs already? Or no? No, okay. The lift opening sound, I always confuse for the lift closing sound, so I need to make sure I'm used to those.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
So a couple first-time things on this chamber. Lethal goo, lethal acid, and some big mouse movements. But this is where I'm going to show you a cool strategy for zeroing the camera. Okay, so I actually need to make sure my mouse is in a good place on my desk. So what I'm probably going to have to do is move the mouse to like here, and then because that may have just changed the camera, and I wouldn't know about it, I'm going to reload. I'm also going to double check I didn't just mute my camera because I touched it with my arm, so... No, we're fine, okay. I'll tell you what, actually, that's something I can do, right? This isn't a real run. I can pause and take a look at chat. So, how are you guys doing? We got new people. Hey, Zach. Hey, Edward. Hey, Seaflare. Hey, Darius. Hey, Kirby Chew. 33 of you. Hi, folks. It's a big stream today, huh? Hey, Fizzy. It's very bright in this room. Sorry. Hey, reasonably skilled gamer. What are you all telling me? Hey Vash, hey Oddfellow, hey Jasper, hey Beaver. Loving it so far. Thanks, Beaver. Third time's the charm. What did I fail twice? Grabbing the cube off the platform? Yeah. That's a nasty one, but I think that setup works better than the one I was trying to do, even if I fall off a couple times. As long as I just get through the portal and know where I am, it doesn't seem too bad. Hey Ryan, thank you. Me too, actually. It's been more than a year since I've had a challenge run that I've actually been, excited to do, and I've got a couple now, so I'm happy. First portal's too far right. I suspected that might have been the case. So if I when I'm trying to portal onto that wall and I reach the point where it's no longer portalable, that's annoying. This pause screen actually shows me where I'm looking in the game. That feels like cheating. It's fine. I know where I'm looking right now. I was hoping this would just block out the view. So yeah, when I'm moving right to try and get to the point where I can no longer portal, when I crouch and place it, if I've moved too far right, then the portal overhangs the platform, and I did wonder if that's what happened the first time. Because it felt like I fell very quickly. But yeah, that's not going to be a super common thing to happen. It could happen occasionally, but it's such an easy fix to just reload and do it again. Yes, the plan is to do the whole campaign blindfolded. And then after that, to complete the co-op campaign blindfolded with both controllers. Joke. So yeah, this chamber's going to be this is going to be an interesting one. I'll see you on the other side of this one, chat. I'll try and pause the game like when I'm in, lifts where, seeing the blurred image behind me couldn't be argued that it's helping me at all. Okay. So let's make sure my camera is correct by doing this. And then here is how we zero a camera. So I need to get through this barrier in front of me. There's an orange portal pre-placed up to my left. And the only real portable surface here is on the floor. Or maybe there's some on the walls as well. But the point is, if I go through a portal, and I've had to move my camera to place the portal, who the fuck knows where my camera is at that point? Unless one very particular condition is met. So what I'm going to do is take a step back here. I'm going to look at the floor. We're going to drop through a portal. And you should notice that our reticle, after we fall through here, is perfectly aligned and that we're exactly 90 degrees onto the room. We're not at like a left or right angle. Okay. So, when you go through a portal, one of your camera axes you've got your X and your Y. One of your camera axes is related to the portal you've dropped through, and one is related to the portal that you've come out of. So if you have a portal on a wall and a portal on the floor, and you look directly down, that is the one time I know my Y value, right? Because I know it's 0 or like minimum. Like I'm looking directly down. So directly down and directly up are the only two camera angles I can point at where I actually know my Y value, because I can just drag my mouse for ages down and overshoot, the look down point. And because that is converted 90 degrees when I go through the portal on the wall, I'm looking directly forwards, which is great. Now, when I dragged my mouse down to look directly down, it's possible that I got some spin left or right. But that doesn't matter because the X value is determined by the angle of the orange portal on that wall. So if the portal is completely flat on a wall in a square room, regardless of what angle I'm looking at pointing down, I come out of it looking, at the 90 degree angle to the square room. So we are perfectly aligned right now, even though I had to do an imprecise camera movement to get here. So this is going to be a strategy that I imagine will get used a lot in this game, is either falling down through a floor portal while looking directly down, or stepping through a wall portal to fall through a ceiling portal while also looking either directly up or directly down, depending on which way I want to face coming out of the other side. Because they are like the one way that I can guarantee know where my camera is. The former of those, the one we've just done, is better. Because if I'm placing a ceiling portal, the ceiling portal could be angled in a way I'm not quite expecting, whereas a wall portal, there's no arguing where my camera's going to be coming out of a wall portal. If it's on a a nice flat 90 degree angle and not like some weird tilted panel. Anyway, so that is the explanation of zeroing a camera. I imagine that will be used all over the place in this run. I have to move the camera imprecisely here, and there's nothing I can do about it. And the annoying thing is that this this level has no more portable floor, so I am actually just not able to zero my camera from this point on in this level. But we need to grab a cube, so what I'm going to do is just start portaling and just very slowly move my camera down to the point where I'm actually able to place a portal and just stop as soon as I manage that. Okay. Now, because I have no visual feedback, I might be leaning a bit left or a bit right here, which does affect things. There's one way of kind of testing if I'm listing to the right a little later on in the setup, so I will check to see if that's the case. Hopefully I'm not too far in either direction. As long as I'm not a million miles off center, we should be hopefully good. This is the kind of imprecision I want to try and avoid as much as possible, though. But let's... Okay. What's really nice is that these drips here, for anyone listening with headphones, it's a really clear indicator that I'm where I think I am in the room right now. Because there's a bit on this wall where I stick myself, like I can't move forwards here. So getting to this bit of this wall with these drips on my right-hand side is like always a great anchor point in this room. I always know where I am at this point. Fun moment coming up. I'm just going to hit this button so that I know where I am. I'm going to try and use this button, which I actually got wrong last time I was testing this, because I thought it was 2 steps left. That seemed to send me too far, so what I'm going to try and do is just 1 big step left. And hope that that lines me up well enough with this button. Doesn't feel like it has. Okay, let's try... There we go. Okay, the nice thing about having that anchor, though, is if I got completely lost there, I can just reset myself. I just go to the back right corner of the room, sidle along the wall to my right, and find the drips, and then go again. So having an anchor is really nice. Okay, so you may be noticing, assuming this is visible on my screen, which it may or may not be, that this cube lands somewhere different every time. It's a physics engine, it's not consistent, which means I have to find it, and that's rather fun, isn't it? Now, the plan is to find it via panning, to listen out for where it lands and just move towards that, which kind of sort of works. The problem with this is that it's actually bugged, and again, if anyone's listening with headphones, you can probably tell what's happening here. Usually the cube is landing to my left, but for some reason, while it's just like bouncing around on the floor, one of the hits, one of the little noises, like collisions that it makes, always plays in my right headphone. Which is infuriating, because then I can never be confident if it's actually on my, like if it's rolled to my right hand side. So what I'm going to try and do here is just hit this button a few times until I hear like quite a few collisions on my left, like maybe 2 to 4. And then at that point I'm pretty confident and it's over on my left, even if I hear 1 in this ear as well. Okay, I heard 2 there, so I'm just going to assume that we're okay and go for it. Good place to save. Don't have a particularly great strategy here. I just kind of do the Space Invaders movement through the room. All right. Now let's anchor ourselves. Let's make sure we know exactly where we are. There are friendly neighborhood drips. Now, I'm actually probably pointing my camera quite far down here, because one thing I did realize was that when I was portaling to get the cube, I should have been at the back right corner of that banister as I was firing, and I was actually at the front right corner, which meant I probably had to point a bit further down to reach the ground. So, given that I'm pointing a little bit down, my cube is actually probably going to collide with the button before I touch it, unlike previous button presses, which, if anything, makes things slightly trickier to deal with. I don't want to attempt to correct for that with the mouse because I could end up pointing anywhere. The more imprecision, the worse things get. But I just need to be aware that pressing buttons with, like, hearing button activations is not necessarily me standing on it. It could be the cube that I'm currently holding activating the button. But that said, we're going to go and try and activate this button now. So, just to double check I'm still holding the cube. Yep. It's making a weird noise. It sounds almost like it's rolling away from me, which suggests that we're almost on the button, but that could be wrong. Okay, so this is currently deactivated. Oh, dropping the cube is activating it. So it's not doing the thing where I press it onto the button. Okay, that sounds like it's worked. This is the part where I can find out if I'm listening to the right slightly, because what we're going to do is go up the stairs here. And if I'm listening to the right, I won't end up standing on this pedestal button. If I'm listening to the left, or if I miraculously stay dead on center, then we will. Okay, so we're either left or we're center. That's helpful to us, we want to hear that button. So what I'm going to do is kind of... oh, hang on, there's another thing to do here first. We need to place a portal. And now we need to place another portal on that angled surface in front of us. So I'm going to try and listen out for when I step through this portal here, but hopefully without actually falling through. I don't think I fell through, I don't think I landed. And hopefully I'm just pointed at that angled surface right now. Ordinarily in Portal 2, this would actually shove me out of the portal automatically. For some reason, this one doesn't. I don't know why. But if we step backwards, we end up in the water here, so I am going to have to actually drop out and go through that now. But that puts a portal down for us to grab our cube. Let's run up to the wall here. Oh, I'm wrong. Ah, maybe I am listing slightly to the right. Okay, I think I'm probably listing slightly to the right. And I think what happened last time is that I pressed some bits of left while going up the stairs, which recorrected me left. Which means I'm probably only very slightly listing right. And I'm actually going to just do the slightest mouse movement, like that, to try and correct for it. And now we are hitting the button. So hopefully our camera's okay now. So what I'm going to do is find the point where we're just stood on the edge of the button. There it is. And then we're going to move diagonally and just mash the use key. Okay. Let's listen. We should hear the cube. Splash. Excellent. Okay, everything's going according to plan. So we're going to use a similar trick that we did in Chamber 2, where I don't face a button to press it, I'm just going to crouch next to it. So what I want to do is find the point where I can no longer use this button. So we're just going to keep testing. I can no longer use it. I'm going to move to my right to try and like shove me up against this button here. Maybe I'm not actually that far back. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that's the barrier. So now I've got myself shoved onto the right-hand side of this button. We're going to move forwards to the sweet spot where I'm just in range of interacting with the cube button. Feels like it's taking a weirdly long time. And is it because I'm facing too far left? Okay, just to see if I'm where I think I am, I'm going to try running straight into the water. Yeah, okay. So at least I am still on that shelf. But yeah, that's not happened before, so I wonder if I'm actually leaning a little too far to the left here. So I should be on the button. No. Where did I save? Oh fuck, I really need to make sure I'm committing this to memory. Where did I save? I think yeah, you know what? I think my last save was before the camera correction, just in case the camera correction was fucked up, which it actually may have been. I think my blue portal is currently on the ramp, although I can check for that relatively easily. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that... Actually, would that tell me if I was correct? I think I'd be hearing it hit the water faster if I was wrong right now. Okay, so same as last time, we're going to edge forward until we reach the point where we're just in range of the cube dropper. Oh, that is the cube dropper. So where can I no longer interact with that? Ordinarily, there is a gap in my forwards-backwards position where I can interact with neither button, and I'm wondering if right now I'm leaning so far right that that gap doesn't exist. Because that's the barrier. Yeah, it doesn't exist. That's fine though. All we need to do is hit the buttons in the correct order. Okay, so we're going to hit the cube, and then we're going to hit the barrier, and everything should be golden. I think I might have waited too long in between the button presses, so we're going to be safe and do this again. I do want to wait a little bit before I hit that barrier button, but I think that was too long. So that seems good. So again, there's variance in where this cube can be. So I'm just going to save and see what happens if I do this. Nothing good. Okay, so we just have to explore really now. I'm hoping it didn't fail. It didn't sound like it failed. That's the wrong cube. And that just rolled away. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Everything's a disaster. Did I actually fail to land a cube? Is the question. I wonder if I did. So instead of making you all sit through me activating a new cube again, I am just going to see what actually happened there. In a real run, obviously, I do need to just go and try and get a new cube. Yeah, it isn't there, so... Did it... See, I listened out for what actually happened, and I didn't hear it enter the water. So it's kind of annoying to know that I can potentially miss the sound of it entering the water doing this. Because it sounded like it went correctly. But we will manually complete this one for now, I guess. Again, this is a... Oh! This is what's happening. No shit. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so this again is something where I just need to have a more robust save load system. What am I doing? I didn't mean to bring the thing up. Yeah, because like in the direst of situations like this where I'm just lost and have no idea what's going on, I would want to be able to reset the whole level. And I'm not currently doing my save load system in a way that would allow for that.
Well done. The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
You consider adjusting mouse acceleration to help eliminate sway from the time you need to make camera moves. Mouse acceleration, that's maybe a good shout, actually. Let's see what my mouse acceleration is looking like. No, it's disabled. Okay. Excuse me. Logic's way to the right solution. Took too long to keep it to water. The cube taking too long to hit the water is evidence that... I mean, my timing was clearly wrong, but that's evidence that I have placed the portal. Because if I haven't placed the portal, the cube hits the water faster. To be honest, the timing's probably not... There's not much in it anyway, is there really? So, was the portal ever on the ramp, or did I load a save where it was not on the ramp? And the mouse tilt to the left was too much? It didn't feel like I did very much there, but yeah, I guess. Mystery you're talking about. Portal standing works in both games and is a necessary speedrunning strat. This is the only occasion I've ever... Oh shit, I need to know my exact camera angle. We're gonna have to reload the previous level. This is the only occasion I've ever got rim standing to work in Portal 2. So I don't know what the situation is with Portal 2, because Portal 2 usually tries to force you out one way or the other.
Well done. The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone.
It's much more in Portal 1. Yeah, Portal 1 it's always really easy to do.
All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
So one mistake I did make there was not standing at the back right corner when grabbing the first cube, and that would reduce my listing left or right, because I have to move my mouse less far down to place a valid portal to grab that cube. So I was probably listing more to the right than I am ordinarily.
This next test applies the principles of momentum
Oh,
to
there we
movement
go.
through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
God help me indeed. Alright, momentum levels. It's fun when it works. So let's hope it works, folks. This level has lots of camera zeroing. And some inconsistent cube pickupping, which is fun. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move my camera straight down. Hopefully without going too far to the left or right, which is almost certainly what I just did. Okay, well, I mean, that worked out. I thought I could hear the fizzler through the exit door, from this side. Which almost makes me want to say that I'm not where I think I am at the exit door, but I cannot possibly imagine that I landed anywhere except the exit door. Because I did go through my portal on the... Like, I'm not in the pit. I'm going to assume I'm at the door. I feel like I have to be. In fact, I mean, we can test this pretty quickly. Yeah, okay, I am where I think I am. Funky little setup here. We move back and right to the button, left to this wall, and then this is iffy, but we'll hope for the best. 1, 2. Yes! Excellent. I didn't hear the cube fall down the pit, which is the ideal scenario. So I kind of want to... I want to fall down the pit again now. So let's move up to the front right corner. This is another level where my strat recently changed, so I shouldn't have gone to the back left there. I can stay where I am. We just want to do this. I didn't fall down the pit. That must mean my camera is wildly off where it should be. The question is whether I fell down into the starting area. Oh, there it is. So if I look way down... We have a zeroed camera. Okay. So the cube is not directly in front of me. Again, this just takes exploration. If I fail to find it up here for a while, I will double check the pit just in case, but I don't think it's down there. Might be behind me actually. I feel like I'm quite far forwards. I'm hitting the pit earlier than I would expect. So let's have a little run around behind me. Yeah, nice. Okay, and another new strategy here. I have yet to find out how consistent this is. But if I stand on this pane of glass and just kind of fuck around, I can make the cube do that. Fantastic. Okay, we have deposited the cube, ladies and gentlemen. This saves me having to try and, like, drop the cube, portal down into the pit, pick the cube up, and then drop through the portal with it, which is really annoying. So that saves us a job. In fact, hang on. What I probably want to do here is just fall down the pit, zero myself, and then fall down the pit correctly. So let's do that. So. Okay. Now, what was my setup for this? It was go to the button. Two decent steps back. Did I fall? Yep. So do 2 decent steps back is pretty good, actually. Because another step back got me off the end. 1, 2. Okay, I hope this means the cube is in front of me as opposed to behind me. That would be nice. Beautiful. Got some weird sound.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
There's another chamber. Oh, fuck. There's another chamber. I was aiming for the lift. Oh my lord. Okay, we actually have to do the end of that last bit then, because I'm not supposed to fall down the pit. Oh, funny times. I've got to say though, I'm glad how painless this particular chamber has been. I expected worse from this one. And to be honest, from the next one as well. Although I've only done the next one once blindfolded, so we'll see. 1, 2.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
Okay, let's not do that again, huh? Cool, okay. Oh, was I stuck in a door frame? Yeah, I was, okay. Okay. This is the first time we're going to use the sound our portal makes to try and work out where we're looking. So, some camera movement is unfortunately required in this level, but we're going to use the keyboard tank control movement to try and keep at least our Y-axis at a reasonable angle. So what I'm going to do is just start spinning and trying to place a portal on... I'll try and show you the surface. I think I'm roughly looking at it right now. So that angled surface I need to place a portal on. In order to work out roughly where it is in my 360 degree arc, what's cool is that, and again, for those of you listening with headphones might be able to tell this, when I'm looking at this surface, the portals are in my right ear. And then as I bring it round and start facing the other wall, they're now in my left ear. And then once they're sort of panned in neither direction, that's when I'm not looking at either of these walls, and that is the sweep of the arc that I want to be trying to portal onto the surface with. It's taking an annoyingly long time. There we go. Oh, okay, good place to save. So now we want to look down and try and time a jump into the pre-placed orange portal. Now, Portal 2 are very generous with how they kind of funnel you into a portal as you fall into it. So we can pray to Gaben that he helps me here. Okay, let's try and get this right. Didn't work. Okay, hang on then. Oh, fuck. I just tried to load my save, and I pressed the wrong button. And I'm hoping that doesn't mean that I also pressed the wrong button trying to save. Let's find out. If I'm in the correct place, I should be able to just portal. Yeah, okay, I've saved correctly. Damn it! Fuck. Okay, so I got down the pit and didn't fall through the portal. I wonder if that means I wasn't looking straight down, actually. Sometimes I do undershoot the down movements. There it is. I had a new setup for grabbing this cube and I forget how it worked. I went to the right hand side, I think. I'm not sure about this one. There's like really nothing obvious. It's just two very open surfaces, with a cube just sort of in the middle of one of them. And except for just like raw timing, I'm not sure how else to grab it without moving the camera. And I don't want to move the camera. My movement sounds wrong. I'm thinking I'm falling off. So let's just double check where I think I am. Is that really as short as that wall is? Okay, I should be able to move back like 5 or 6 steps here safely. I think that's the point where I just fell off. Yeah, because now I can't move left. Okay. This is just going to be a bit of trial and error. We should get there, though. Oh, hang on. Is this... shit. This is where I need to be crouched to do it. Because I'm looking really high up at this point, aren't I? So, I think the idea here in the end was to go here. To do that, and then to crouch. Come on. Fuck. I would love a better setup for this. This one sucks. I have no ideas how to do a good setup for this one. There it is. Okay. So I think I misremembered my setup actually. I went to the top right corner, stepped back 5 steps, and then moved forward and left. And I think I was actually only supposed to move left. But we got it. We got there in the end. So, I should be able to, given that I'm looking quite high up right now, deposit the cube here. Cool. Fuck, which corner do I do this from? I do this from the normal corner, I think. Yeah, okay, everything I think happens from the normal corner. Okay, good time to save. Okay, so very similar thing to last time. We're gonna spin. We're in the same position, and we're gonna spin again. This time, we're looking a lot more up though, and the aim is to hit one of two portable surfaces, specifically the one on the left, and preferably the right half of that surface. So again, I'm listening for panning. So now I need to do a bit of science here, because there's two potential surfaces to hit. I think I've hit the right one, but the right one is wider than the wrong one. Sorry, this is bad terminology, because the right one is actually on the left. So the one on the left, which is the correct one, is wider. So I should be able to maybe move right here and portal again, which I can. So I'm gonna say I'm on the right one. And I also, the correct one, the left one. And I also want to say that I have now portaled on the right-hand side of the correct one. Which also roughly tells me my camera angle, good enough for the rest of the level at least. So we'll save here. And then we need to do another look down. Straight through. Gorgeous. I didn't hit the wall. Not sure why I didn't hit the wall, because I think last time I hit the wall, like when I, fling forwards into it. So I'm hoping that something hasn't gone wrong here. Okay, just to be absolutely confident that I am where I think I am, because I'm not confident of that right now. I don't want to save up here, or what I think is up here and then it's not up here. So what I'm going to do is test for that button. Okay. And then hit the wrong fucking button. I loaded instead of saved. Oh shit. Okay, where did I even save last? I can't move back and left. I'm able to portal. I think that means that I'm supposed to just look down and jump. I think I angled myself weirdly there because I hit the grate. Fuck. Shit. God damn it. Am I not looking down? I'm aiming quite high up, I guess. Oh fuck, I moved the mouse after I fell. I can't roll with that. I did just mute the microphone, whoops. Okay, I think I'm looking down badly and like really aggressively tilting left or right. I think right. Oh, fucking hell. Am I not looking down enough? Okay, we can roll with that. So last time I tried to do this, pick the cube up. Oh, and it worked this time. I don't know why I didn't last time. Okay. This is another one of those where the cube can get stuck on this wall, which is rather infuriating. And one final time, ladies and gentlemen. One final time. Mississippi River.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, bold, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
So I don't know where I am on this platform. I have no way of knowing where I am on this platform, so this is always a case of just save and see what happens. I'm unable to walk forwards, so I'm stuck on the doorframe one way or the other. Let's try going left first. I fell off. Okay, so I'm stuck on the left side of the door. No, I fell off there as well. Oh, what's going on? Not quite sure what happened there, but cool. Alright, nice.
To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
Thanks. Okay, let's say hi to chat. Hi, folks. Hey there, Usak. Hey, silly. Hey, Archie. I really like that chamber because it almost feels designed in the strategy to jump down that pit, because every time I jump down that pit, which happens 3 times, I'm always doing it in a different direction, which is kind of amusing. So the first time I have to run forwards and right and jump down the pit, and then I get myself back to that same corner, and then no, sorry, I run forwards and jump down, then I navigate kind of a full circuit of the map, get back to it, get stuck in that corner, and then run forwards and right and jump down the pit, and then I do a lap of the map again, drop, get stuck in that corner, and then run backwards and left and jump down into that pit. And it almost feels like I'm doing laps of a racing game or something. It's just kind of amusing that it almost feels like that feels like the kind of way you'd want to design a level where, you know, you interact with the same thing 3 times but from 3 different angles, and that's like a puzzle. And it just kind of so happens that ends up being a nice setup to do that blindfolded. So it's kind of a funny one. I like that. I like that room. So your port was far right on the correct part as it could possibly be. Oh, interesting. Usually I end up a little further left than that. So in testing, mostly I get stuck on the right hand side of that door, but they're both possible. So it's always, you know, worth checking. Catch you later, Beaver. When you look diagonally right, you were too far to the right and jumped onto the grate. Yeah, that was happening a couple times. Yeah. And I did manage to kind of successfully jump down into the pit from the grate a couple times because I kind of worked out where I was. But none of those jumps actually succeeded in getting through the orange portal, unfortunately. I might take a look specifically and see, if I get stuck in that grate, what kind of direction should I be trying to drop to get through the orange portal. But just, resetting and going again is not the worst. Cool. I think we're about to meet Wheatley, unless I'm forgetting a chamber. But let's go and find out. If we are about to meet Wheatley, then we're not far from the end of my planned strategy so far. So let's see how this goes. Meeting Wheatley is also a newly changed strat. So again, as of today. So I'll try and remember how setups work for this. Because catching Wheatley is really annoying because again, he doesn't land consistently. So I've got a different way of getting to him now that hopefully works. I'm a couple pixels off missing it altogether. Yeah, I rely on the game being very, very generous in my interactions a lot of the time, which it is. Cube after that portal, you walked too much forward and walked past the cube. Also for the cube after that portal. Too much forward. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Okay. Back in we go to, I think, meet Wheatley. Let's put my mouse in a good place on the desk. Yeah. We're meeting Wheatley. Okay.
Hey! Oi! I'm up here!
Okay, another spinny one. So, first off to my left is a very long portable surface, so let's calibrate by finding that. Okay, so I should be able to just keep going. I need to find the right edge of this. And then portal to the first portable surface to the right. There are two available surfaces. One is incorrect because it's in the room that I'm currently in, as opposed to the next room. But the really nice thing about this is as soon as you portal into the correct room, there's a trigger on Wheatley and he starts talking. So I'll know if I get it right or wrong. It's one of the times that I actually like having dialogue. Or I could just miss both available portable surfaces. That works too. I'm getting really unlucky. I'm getting so unlucky that I'm wondering if I'm wrong. I don't understand how I could be anywhere else. Because, the arrangement of portable surfaces around me is correct. the setup for this is not inconsistent and very short. Well, I'll tell you what, we can do it. We can do a test to see where we are, because I saved here. And I know how to get to the orange portal, in theory. So if I can reach the orange portal and fall through it, then I know I am at least where I think I am. So we can do a test. What? I went through a portal? Okay, what the fuck? Did I go through orange? I shouldn't have gone through orange that fast. In fairness, we are at a point where I am like less confident with the strat than I have been up to this, because this is all very new now. But that was weird. Oh. Fuck. Oh. No, that's next to me, isn't it? It feels like my camera's like crazy accelerated. Am I just not where I think I am? I don't understand how I could possibly not be where I think I am. But maybe, right? Oh, fuck. Hang about. I've somehow, and I don't know how this has happened, but I've somehow, I think, overshot the wall I was supposed to be on and ended up on the orange portal. And because I've quick saved, the level is screwed at this point. So what I'm going to have to do is, how the fuck did I end up here?
You did find a portal gun.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wheatley.
do you know what? It just goes to show.
Okay, I'm meant to be
people with brain
here.
damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they? At the end of the day.
I've done the setup wrong. I don't know this particularly well yet, but to be honest, I don't know how I've managed that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go back to here. Because I immediately start rotating the camera anyway, it doesn't matter that I'm not perfectly aligned here. I haven't gone up and down, so...
Pop a little portal, just there, alright behind me, and come on through.
No, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Because I don't want Wheatley's dialogue to have triggered. I need to get back to the door without that happening. Because if Wheatley's dialogue is triggered, I don't think I'm going to get the cue from him.
Oh, brilliant!
Fuck.
You did find a...
Fuck. Okay, hang on. Let's do that and this. Oh, I'm facing up now though, so I can't do that. Shit. I need to get to that door without Wheatley talking to me.
Oh, brilliant! You did
Fuck's
find a
sake,
portal
Wheatley.
gun. Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes.
Okay, then let me do a
At the end
test.
of the day. Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
Yeah, no, so he's already moved and is already saying,
Just pop
come
a
on
portal
through.
right behind me there, and come on through to
Which
the
means
other
there is no trigger for this. There should be a trigger for me
side.
doing
Come on
that.
through.
That bypasses his first line of dialogue, and he just immediately moves and starts saying, come on through. Which tells me that I've portaled correctly.
Oh, brilliant! You did.
Fuck. How did I manage to get here and not trigger him? What the fuck?
Oh, brilliant! You did find.
What do? Ooh, hang on. No, that doesn't work. I wonder if zeroing works through a non-flat floor surface. No, it doesn't. How incredibly annoying. Okay, well, let's, you know what, let's just do this and hope that that is aligned well enough to be considered. Reload from level select. So level select is irritatingly non-specific in Portal 2. I can only load chapters, not levels. Let's just see if I can possibly skirt past him in any other way. How did he not trigger on the way in is my thing.
Oh, brilliant! You did find a
Shut the
portal.
fuck up, Wheatley. Oh, have we done it? We've done it. Okay. Oh, Christ. Okay, let's just go again, huh? Okay, that looks pretty much on. This isn't fast enough. Okay. So back in we go. I just set up badly, I suppose. So I need to be doing this slower, I guess, until I hear myself walking. Before I autosave, I'm just going to make sure I am here. Yeah, okay. Right. Let's try this again. Okay, so this is the big portable wall. Oh, good. Yes.
Come on.
Yes, there you go. Okay, so that's a correct portal. Now I need to head for the orange.
Come on through to the other side. Come on through.
Okay.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here. So get ready to catch me, all right, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing.
So there's a bit of a timing thing here. We're going to wait until Wheatley says, okay, I'm ready to jump, because that means we're getting close to him. After that, what I'm going to start doing is portaling until I hear that I can place a portal. And at that point, I know I'm stood in the right spot. So we're going to do this. And Wheatley's not going to say anything, apparently. Am I... Is it because I'm crouched? No, it's because I'm not where I think I am. Once again, how can I possibly be anywhere other than where I think I am? Because part of the setup is to look down as I go through the orange portal, and I forgot to do that because this is new to me. So, manual override. I just need to learn this bit better.
On 3. Ready? 1.
So yeah, the idea is that as I go through the orange,
That's high.
I zero my camera, so I look down, hop through, and then as I come through here, I'm looking this way, as opposed to like that.
Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch. Ow. Ow.
So, yeah, I'm going to say this is like pretty much, we're getting to the end of the planned section of the game.
You'll be impressed by this. Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching.
I have one little setup for after we meet GLaDOS. But
Alright, you can turn around
I
now.
might leave that for next time. We might finish up. We might get to GLaDOS and finish up there.
Open while your back was turned.
This corridor is all nice and easy to navigate because I can literally just
No
like
rail to tell us where to go.
go left and
This is
right.
brilliant. Go wherever we want. Hold on though, where are we going? Seriously. Hang
But
on, just-
yeah, there's definitely a couple levels towards the end of the run here
Just
that I need to
follow them around.
practice. Like this room for sure. Everything up to this point though is mostly like fairly well
Yes,
learned, I
hello,
think.
no, we're not stopping. Don't make contact.
And then
Very
after
good.
this point,
No,
I need to start
thanks,
learning some
very good.
setups for things.
Appreciate it. Keep moving, keep moving.
So yeah, I think maybe that's where we leave it, and next time we'll perhaps pick up from GLaDOS and start working out the next portion of the run.
Speed on something right now. In
So
order to
yeah,
escape,
thank you
we're
for
gonna have
watching,
to go
folks,
through her chamber,
and I will see
she
you
will
all
probably kill us.
for some more Blindfolded Portal, or perhaps some contained speedrunning, or maybe even another GeoGuessr with my mum at some point. So yeah, cheers folks, I will catch you all later. Bye bye.